In 3, 2, 1.
Right. Good morning. I'd like to call the September 27th Hillsborough County Electrical Board of Adjustment Appeals and Examiners meeting to order. If I could ask everybody to silence their cell phones. Good morning, Kimber. Can I ask you to do roll call to ensure that we have a quorum?
Yes, good morning. Matt LaRussa,
Present?
Eric Hott,
Present.
Daniel Ciabatari,
Present.
Jeffrey Hahn,
Present.
Joel McDaniel,
Present.
Larry Passetti,
Present.
Louis Vargas.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kimber. I wanted to welcome Joel McDaniel. I understand he's representing Plant City, so welcome him to the board. We look forward to working with him. Next on the agenda is the minutes. Wanted to thank Kimber there for distributing them. They look good. I'll entertain a motion there. I didn't know if there was any changes or any edits. I didn't see any, but if not, if there's a
Motion to approve.
thank you. There a second?
Second.
All right. If all in favor indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? Nay? All right, it's unanimous. Thank you. Let the minutes reflect there, the approval there of the June 23rd minutes. Next on the agenda is the unfinished business. And I didn't have any. The only thing I did have, and I may have missed it, is I know last time in June, we talked about doing a certificate of appreciation for former member Andrew De La Part. And I missed it. I don't know if I was supposed to initiate something or sign something.
Luann Finley with the BOCC has taken care of that and sent it to him.
Perfect. Thank you. Please relay our thanks there
I will.
for
Thank
her.
you.
Thank you. Any new business? Okay, that takes us there to the section 6 here, the review of the applications for contractor licensing. And before we do that, I'll ask anybody that's here or dialed in to go ahead and swear in. So if you're going to be providing any testimony, if I can take a second here and have you swear in, can you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear to that the testimony that you're about to give is the best of your knowledge? It is the truth and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Got the folks sworn in. And first one up here is Carl Craig. He's seeking reciprocity as electrical contractor. And I think I see him on the dialed in here. So any discussion, any motions here on the applicant here for reciprocity for electrical contractor for Carl Craig?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move that we approve the application as submitted.
Second.
Thanks, Louis. We got a motion to move and second his application for reciprocity. Any discussion? Okay, if not, all in favor indicated by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Unanimous there. So congratulations, Mr. Craig, there on your reciprocity as electrical contractor. Next up
Thank you very
is,
much.
thank you. Next up is electrical contracting. To test for electrical contracting is John Figueroa. Hope I pronounced that last name correct. Don't know if I see him. Oh, yes, I do. I do see him dialed in. So any discussion or any motion there on Mr. Figueroa's application here to test for electrical contractor?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I recommend, or I move that his application be approved as submitted to test.
Thanks, Larry.
Second.
Thanks, Louis. We have a motion. It's moved in second. Any discussion? Okay, if you're in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the minutes reflect the unanimous approval of Mr. Figueroa's application here to test for electrical contractor. Congratulations, John.
Thank you.
Next up is to again test for electrical contractor for Bradley Lawson. And do we have him on the line?
Yes.
Bradley Lawson. Okay, yes, we do. He's dialed in. I entertain a motion here concerning the testing for electrical contractor for Mr. Lawson.
I move that the application be approved.
Thanks, Louis.
I second with discussion.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Larry.
Mr. Lawson's application shows a couple of past due items. As we have in the past, they're not very much. The total of them is $646. But I would like the consideration that those be paid prior to him being allowed to test. If Mr. Vargas would amend his motion, I would second that amendment. I don't know if, and Mr. Chair, if Mr. Lawson wants to address those two items, they may have already been taken care of.
Mr. Chair, they were both paid and information was given to, was emailed in about those.
Thank you, Mr. Lawson. Kimber, do we have record of that?
Yeah, I will double check and follow up. I know that we discussed with him and we'll follow up and make sure everyone's, that it's paid.
Yes, sir. So did we still want to amend the motion here? We want to accept.
I have them right. Okay, sorry about that. I do have them here and I do have verification of that and I can provide it to the board if they would like. Yeah, we have confirmation. I have 2 letters here.
Thank you. So there was I think Louis had made a motion to accept. And Larry has seconded, so we've got a motion that's seconded for Mr. Lawson to test for electrical contractor. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the minutes reflect the unanimous approval of Mr. Lawson's testing for electrical contractor. Congratulations, Mr. Lawson.
Thank you guys very much.
Next on the agenda is the electrical residential contractor to test for Mark Lynn. And I see Mark is on, yes, Mark is dialed in. And is Sherry here? I'm going to have to, I think, retract myself because I work with Mark at Tampa Electric Company. I know him. So I'm assuming there was a conflict there, so I should probably retract my.
Cherie's on the line. She can advise.
Cherie, what's your advice on that? I have worked with Mr. Lynn in the past and I know him. Is it okay if I vote or should I retract?
Okay, well, good. All right, well, good morning. So the conflict policy is a financial or personal, and I interpret personal to mean, family member, maybe someone that you're really have a really close connection to. So I'll let you use your discretion. If you feel that you should not vote, and I'll leave that to you. I don't see it as a conflict under the ordinance, but I'll leave it to your discretion.
Okay, thanks. Yes, I simply have worked with them in the past. I don't have an ongoing friendship with them, or he's not a family member. So I think that, I can partake there in it. He has applied here to test for his residential contractor. I'll entertain a motion concerning his application.
Move the application be approved.
Second.
Thank you. We got a motion. Any discussion? Okay. If not, please indicate. It was moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nay. Let the minutes reflect the unanimous approval of Mr. Mark Lynn's application here to test for his electrical residential contracting. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you.
Skip a order here. I'd like to jump over here to Eric Parker. Eric has a testing. He's an applicant here to test for electrical contractor. And I see, is Eric on the line? Eric is on the line. He's dialed in. So I didn't know if there was a motion or any discussion concerning Eric Parker's application here to test for electrical contractor.
Mr. Chair, I move that Eric Parker's application be approved to test as submitted.
Thank you, Larry.
Second.
Thanks, Louis. We got a motion and seconded to approve the application here for Mr. Parker to test for his electrical contractor. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? Let the minutes reflect the unanimous approval of Mr. Parker's application here to test for electrical contractor. Congratulations, Eric.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Next up, I would like to talk about Donnie Staggs. He has a applicant here to test for electrical contractor. And I'd like to address, I think this is our second hearing here to discuss the reciprocity for Mr. MIRTIL. I'll just say the last name. I'm not sure how to pronounce the first name. And it looks like he's dialed in. So I think at our previous meeting, there was some credit issues, and we had asked to table that and to come back here to show proof there of clearing up those outstanding credit issues was my understanding.
I believe there was also a question about the experience.
Oh, was there? Good memory, Louis. So I think
Yes, hi, it's Jason. We did receive both updates from the applicant, and we did provide everything that he provided to us in the packet towards right after the cover sheet, including his payoff with some of his debt that he had. It does appear that he paid everything off. He came to an agreement with the collection agency for a payment plan. And we put that towards the beginning of the packet, just so you know.
Oh, okay. And that's the summary, right, Jason? Because I did see that at the beginning.
Yes.
Okay. Because then I also had some questions. It looked like there was some outstanding items later on. There was, I think, child support and with Kia, an amount owed. So that was all wrapped up into one. And I guess he's paying that off on the it looks like the third page or fourth page. Yeah, the third page.
Yeah, and if Myrtle, if you're on, if you want to go ahead and chime in as well, if you want to provide kind of an update or summary of the portfolio that you provided.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm paying up everything. Everything's paid up. I'm doing a winter payment plan with the Kia. Like you said, I supplied all that with through the email. I did show my verification of all my work experience, and that's all.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I cannot understand him.
Mr. MIRTIL, can you repeat that one more time, please?
Yes, I provided all the information through email. I paid everything off, and I'm the only one I have is the Kia, and I'm doing a payment plan with them. Work experience, I provided that through email also. Anything else I need, you can ask me for anything.
A little bit better. It sounds like he was paid.
Can you clarify if the Kia is paid off? If that was part of the portfolio that you provided, I think that's really the main thing that the board is asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's paid off. I'm doing payment plan with the Kia right now as we speak. Yes, sir.
Okay, was that provided in the documentation?
Yes, I provide that. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, according to the documentation that I see he provided, he still owes Kia $9,000. The only piece that was submitted besides the credit report that he provided was a payoff to Walmart. It doesn't show anything for portfolio, for Midland, or for Jeffrey Cap system being paid. Kia in the paperwork he submitted actually says he still owes the money. So I'm not real sure how or what email he's referring to that he sent in showing that it has been paid, but it's not in this package.
Correct. That's the same information I'm viewing there too. It looks like there's a couple still outstanding items.
I hate to ask the board to consider tabling him again, but I think he needs to be present physically here, and he needs to address the items. Unless staff has something that they can offer showing that each one of those other 4 have been paid off. Ms.
It's
Kim?
up to the board. If you would accept him providing it to us that clearly states it's paid off, you could do a conditional approval.
But he just stated he provided it, or he has not.
I'm not seeing
So
that.
from what I heard, and Mr. Myrtle, if you could just clarify, but I think I heard you say that you were actually, you reached some sort of agreement on a payment plan for the Kia. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you provide information to the county on what that payment plan is?
Okay, yeah, I could do that. Yes, I definitely could do that. Yes.
Okay.
And how about the Portofino RC? Has that been paid?
Yes, sir. I do have that in my possession right now. I could provide that if you not need that too also.
And you're saying that you paid Midland Fund, the
Yes, sir.
$972?
Yes, sir.
And you're saying that you paid Jeffrey Cap Systems $529?
Yes.
And that you're making arrangements with Kia? That's your testimony?
Yes, sir.
Have you provided staff the portfolio, the Jeff, or the Midland paperwork?
Yeah, I believe I really did, sir. Again, I could resend it again if I have to, everything in detail. If I have to come in person, if y'all want that, that won't be no issue.
Yeah, what we're showing is on August 29th, he had provided the documents that are in the packet, which includes the one letter that references the merchant Walmart and the credit report. So Myrtle, if there is additional information, everything that you provided, we do have in the packet. If there's additional information the board's asking, you would have to provide that if the board would accept that after the fact.
Yes, I could do that. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, based on the testimony, I move that the application be approved pending provision of the items in question. And that includes the Midland,
Yeah.
the Kia payment arrangement, and
What was the other one, Larry?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm pulling to it. Jeffrey Cap System, Portfolio RC. And
portfolio. Let's see. So long as those are provided, I move that the application be approved.
Question.
Lewis? Yes, sir.
There was also a note on experience. Did he provide the further
Yes.
proof he did? Then I second that motion.
That was just clarified earlier by staff. So you seconded it.
Okay. So you seconded it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's been moved and seconded here to conditionally approve his application here for reciprocity, pending the showing proof here of the payment here of the 3 outstanding debts here. So all in favor, any other discussion? Okay.
If he cannot provide it, he might want to appear at the next meeting
Yes,
in
sir.
person.
So if it's unable to, then we'll table it here to the next meeting.
Okay, that would be
Being-
in 2022,
Yes, ma'am.
because he is reciprocity and you're accepting his test scores, they would be able to have him back for another meeting. That would be appropriate.
Great.
With given with House Bill 735 in consideration, it would be okay.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay. So it's been moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? All right, let the minutes reflect there the unanimous approval there pending his payoff of the 3 outstanding debts.
Well, let me,
Thank
just to clarify, so it's the payoff of the two debts and then the payment plan that he's referred to with Kia.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. MIRTIL. Good luck there with paying them off here, and we look forward to seeing your reciprocity go through.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
before we go to the elections, can I just let the applicants know they can sign off? We will be in contact with them. Either the testing agency will directly contact you, or you will get more information on the next steps to follow after the hearing. But you can sign off.
thanks, Kimber. And next up, number 7 here is the elections. Elections for the 2020 chair and vice chair. Are there entertain any motions here for the chair?
I move that the chairman and the co-chairman as seated be reelected to the present positions.
Thank you, Larry.
Second.
Motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? All right, let the minutes reflect the unanimous approval there of the current chair and vice chair for the 2022 year. Thank you. Thank you all. And let's see, off-agenda items. Didn't know if we had any off-agenda items here. Any reports from the city of Tampa or Hillsborough County?
Mr. Chairman, did we discuss House Bill 735 at the last hearing?
I don't believe we did. Is that the one with the application,
With the applicants
right?
ending?
I don't think we have. Would somebody be able to provide an update?
Hold on just a second.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't hear you. Could you please repeat what your request was?
I think that you're going to try to give us an update there on the recent bill that had passed? Is it?
Oh,
Okay. Yes, I'm sorry, we kind of got sidetracked. You were talking two different things. So yeah, I didn't know if there was any updates from the county or the city. If so, we can.
yeah, we have no updates.
Okay.
Right now at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Board. Yeah, with House Bill 735 passing, basically they took away immediately as of July 1st, 2021, our ability to license local specialties that are not in line with the Division I and Division II licenses at the state level. On top of that, by July 1st, 2023, we will have to do away, and all licensing will be preempted to the state level. We will no longer be issuing license in Hillsborough County any longer. So I believe next month is our last month where we will be reviewing applications, because in accordance with our Hillsborough County codes, the applicant has 18 months to pass the test. So if you subtract all that, then that's the last time frame, because we're not going to have meetings in November and December due to restrictions on scheduling this room. So basically, we will be out of the licensing altogether. We will probably continue to do reciprocity up until a later date. We haven't discussed that one, but since they've already tested, they don't need that 18 months lead time. And then all of our local issued license will basically go null and void as of July 1st, 2023. They have passed another bill that allows Division I and Division II contractors to be grandfathered in if they have 5 years good standing in their jurisdiction to become certified contractor. So they are doing that, and I'm sure there'll be more to come out as we get further along and they see what the repercussions are from the bill. Any questions?
No, thank you. Appreciate the update. That's news to me. Now, I guess we're not meeting in the fourth quarter, but the plan is to meet there in the first quarter of 2022. So that's when any last minute applications would come to this board for approval, or is that too late?
No, that's too late.
Okay.
We won't have the full 18 months for them to get their testing done.
Yes,
So we backed it out in accordance with our current codes. So pretty much if they're not here today, which is why I think you saw a press of people making sure they got their applications in and done, because we've been notifying them that that's going to be the case. So I think we're pretty much done unless a reciprocity comes in currently. No, they're allowing us to continue with journeyman because they don't consider it a license, they consider it a certificate. So we still have the ability to issue journeyman certificates.
So I guess if you can take us back a little bit on the history of this bill, what's the, I mean, are they thinking that it is harder for you to get certified than it is to do it locally? And then I would expect there's a certain level of trying to make it more even throughout the state, because I know some counties are, certain experience, other counties are other levels of experience, so it's just kind of all over the place.
Sure, they, as my understanding is, they pretty much felt that some of the counties were going overboard with licensing requirements for, whether it be painting, or they had one county for construction cleanup. So basically they wanted to do away with that and the over certifying occupations, and it was passed under the idea that this was to be able to put more people to work so that they have a chance to earn a living on these things that they didn't feel should require a license. So that's kind of why they did it. And then, as you said, yes, some counties are more restrictive than them in their licensing, and this is a more uniform way to do the entire state. So that's pretty much how they decided to do this.
Thank you.
As where some counties were only requiring a 70, and one county had no test at all. So it's not just being overzealous or protective, it's also not protecting the public, period.
Thank you. Appreciate the update. It's interesting. So today's the last day here for applications there. So
Yes, sir.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
And I think that's it. Any other off agenda items there? Okay. And as Kimber had indicated, and it's shown here on the agenda, we're not meeting here in the fourth quarter of 2021. So our
Correct.
next meeting will be 2022. I'm assuming it's going to be a hybrid again with in-person and the ability to dial in unless we hear any
At this
different.
point, it's so far off, we're not sure.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I would
Okay.
expect it to be.
Okay. Yeah, and as much notice as you can provide, I know everybody's
I will.
schedules are busy there and get filled up. So as much notice that you guys can provide would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, your normal next meeting would be March. The first quarterly meeting of the year for electrical boards usually in March.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would anticipate sometime around then,
Yes, ma'am.
but we'll let you know as soon as we can.
Perfect.
So I guess a question to that effect. I mean, so I guess the purpose of the board has been somewhat diminished, particularly, given the issue here with the applications. And so I guess I envision the only reason why we would I guess the only reason why we would require a hearing to some extent is for something that's more serious than an application. So I guess I was wondering, with it being from now all the way until March, if there was occasion for something to come up, I guess we would have a special hearing or?
We do have a provision in the code for emergency hearings with 72 hours notice. So if something does come up, a life safety issue, we would certainly schedule a meeting
Okay.
and give everyone notice. But going forward without applicants, we are also going to revise the code to a point where we have a set meeting, number of years, a set meeting every year that has to be met, a number. And if you don't have a meeting, we'll just simply cancel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and with that, we're close to here to adjournment. Again, I wanted to welcome Joel. I also wanted to thank the other members here for your time here and serving on the board here. And since we're not going to be together here in the fourth quarter, also wanted to wish you the best of the holidays here at year's end there. So I look forward to seeing you all here in March here. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. All right, and we are adjourned here at 11:01. Thank you.